Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that every HVAC tech, engineer, and system designer absolutely needs to have a rock-solid grasp on: phase imbalance in three-phase compressors. I am super excited to guide you through this diagnostic breakdown. We're going to get right to it because today we are uncovering a hidden, silent mechanical threat, one that might literally be destroying your equipment from the inside out without you even having a clue.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want to start us off with a pretty critical question. Is your compressor actually running normally, or is it silently burning itself out? It's kind of a scary thought, right? You walk past a unit, it sounds absolutely fine, there are no alarms blaring, but beneath that completely quiet exterior, that machine might actually be tearing itself apart from the inside.
See, on the outside, everything seems perfectly calm. There are no weird noises, no excessive vibrations, no warning lights at all. But man, that is just the tip of the iceberg, because deep inside that motor, a hidden thermal pathology is going to work. It's creating unequal torque and just baking the motor's insulation right under your nose.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, the silent compressor killer. Second, the physics of imbalance. Third, calculating your danger zone. Fourth, tracing root causes upstream. And finally, prevention over diagnosis. We're going to take a really systematic diagnostic journey to uncover and solve this silent killer.
Section 1. The silent compressor killer. Understanding the illusion of a healthy motor.
Let's establish our baseline here. A healthy three-phase motor is designed to do one thing perfectly: share its electrical load perfectly evenly. Phase 1 takes exactly 33.3%, Phase 2 takes 33.3%, and Phase 3 takes the last 33.3%. It's a perfect balance. But the very moment that perfect harmony is lost, even by just a tiny fraction, the workload shifts and uneven electrical and thermal stress begins to kick off the failure process.
Moving right along to Section 2, the physics of imbalance, the hidden pathology.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the strict mathematical reality of what happens inside those windings when that perfect balance is lost. To diagnose this properly, we have to establish our electrical baseline, which is governed by apparent power. So, apparent power, or S, equals the square root of 3 multiplied by the line voltage multiplied by the line current. This equation gives us the exact baseline forces we're dealing with before things go south in the field.
And here is the real aha moment. Let's talk about power loss, which, in a motor, manifests entirely as heat. Power loss equals the current squared times resistance. Now pay attention to that squared part. Because current is squared, even tiny microscopic phase imbalances cause a disproportionate, aggressive spike in winding temperature. Get this, just a 5% voltage imbalance can cause a massive 50% increase in motor temperature. That is huge. One phase isn't just working a little harder, it's literally cooking.
All right, Section 3. Calculating your danger zone. Measuring the invisible.
So the crucial point is knowing how to find this in the field. We're moving from theory to practice with a totally foolproof three-step field procedure for quantifying your exact percentage of phase imbalance. First up, measure all three phase currents. Next, calculate the mathematical average of those three numbers. And finally, find the maximum deviation from that average, divide it by the average itself, and multiply by 100. Boom! That simple formula gives you your exact imbalance percentage. Let's plug in a simulated real-world clamp meter reading to see how this plays out. Say line 1 gives you 10 amps, line 2 is sitting at 10.5, but line 3 is drawing 13 amps. So you run the math, and your average comes out to 11.16 amps. Right away, it is super obvious that line 3 is your glaring outlier. And going back to that squared relationship we just talked about, that outlier phase is taking on a massive, highly damaging burden.
The real danger here isn't an immediate shutdown. The danger is a slow, insidious thermal accumulation. It's kind of like a slow leak in a tire, right? It looks perfectly fine until you're suddenly stranded on the side of the highway. Compressors routinely fail while ostensibly running normally because this thermal impact just grows quietly over time. The insulation degrades day by day until eventually the compressor violently trips on overload.
Let's move on and see how this builds. Section 4. Tracing root causes upstream. Finding the true culprit.
We really need to reframe how we think about this. The compressor itself is almost never the problem. It's the victim of upstream issues. We're talking things like loose terminal connections, uneven utility supply voltage, poor panel distribution, or inverter output issues. The pathology almost always starts outside the compressor.
If you just swap out a dead motor without checking these upstream culprits, your brand new, expensive machine is just walking right back to the executioner.
And we definitely need to highlight a special diagnostic warning, especially if you work in solar or hybrid environments. Now, in standard grid systems, clamp meter readings are usually pretty straightforward. But in solar hybrid setups with inverters, non-ideal waveform distortion can actually trick a basic clamp meter. You might get false readings that look like perfectly balanced current, when in reality, harmful harmonics are secretly making that motor run incredibly hot.
Finally, Section 5, Prevention over Diagnosis, the Cure.
And this brilliantly illustrates why we need to focus on proactive engineering strategies rather than just reactive, expensive part replacements. When you detect an imbalance, here are the actionable steps you must take upstream. Step 1. Thoroughly check your connections. Step 2. Verify supply stability from the source. Step 3. Inspect your inverter output quality. And Step 4. Confirm the integrity of your load distribution. If you catch it early and trace it upstream, you will literally save the machine.
Before we wrap up, I have to give a mandatory and absolutely critical safety warning. Never, ever inspect a running compressor without proper isolation procedures. You must always follow proper lockout, tagout, and electrical safety protocols before touching live systems. Electrical work is incredibly dangerous, so please always consult qualified professionals before performing any of these diagnostics.
I want to leave you with this powerful thought to keep in mind. A healthy three-phase compressor is not just running, it is sharing electrical stress evenly. When balance is lost, failure is not a question of if, but when. It's an inevitable conclusion if ignored. So here's my question to you. Next time you walk past a perfectly quiet unit, what invisible damage might you be ignoring? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep digging into your data, always trace those root causes upstream, and let's keep those systems balanced.